So how can you be successful in sales whilst working from home? We know in the next few months we're going to be doing a lot more home working as individuals and business people. So how can you ensure you can be successful when you're selling when it comes to working from home rather than the office? My name is James White, I'm a sales trainer and mentor, and I'm going to share with you 8 tips that you can put in place to make sure that you are successful when it comes to selling in your home environment. So point number 1 is this. We now live in a world where you can get technology in place that can enable you to work from anywhere. Most of my clients, I even have a client that specializes in helping companies put remote solutions in place so that they can work from anywhere. If you haven't got that in place, I encourage you to look at what those solutions are right now so you can ensure your business doesn't come to a standstill. What that means is looking at things such as voice over telephony phones. I use a system called JustCall, and I'll share the link in the link below, that you can use that can work off your PC and enable you to make calls through your PC and enable you to reach out to your prospects and engage with them. It also has the benefits of storing that call recording on a system that you have so you can get back and listen to it afterwards. Tools such as voice over telephony are a godsend when it comes to be able to work wherever you want to in the world. And if you've all got a sales team and are thinking, how can I ensure they're still going to be productive over the next few months, use systems like this. I guarantee you they're going to help you still do business whilst potentially we can't be in the office. Another couple of small points when you're doing that as well is ensure you've got good printers and the printers you've got at home are working, because we still use paper as salespeople to be able to note things down and to make sure we've got the right frameworks in front of us. And I encourage you to go and buy a headset as well, so that if you are making calls from home, you can stand up and actually be in a position where you talk in a different way with a headset that's wireless and connected to your PC. Standing up enables you to offer such a different elevation to your voice. So those type of technologies and tools are really important to put in place. The second point is this: try and put a good environment in place for your calls. Put in place maybe an office system where you've got a desk at home. It doesn't have to be a separate room. If you haven't got a big house, then it can just be in a spare bedroom. But maybe you've got a space which you can put aside that is your space to do your calls and your business work at that point in time. It doesn't have to be, as I say, a posh environment. It could be a desk that's got a clean space for you to be able to work and that can link your phone to your internet so that you can make calls and do the sales activity that's going to help you win business. The reality is this: the world's going to change in the way in which people engage and interact. We've already seen Zoom and their conferences system go through the roof in terms of the amount of people that are accessing that type of technology. And I think it's only going to grow that people do more business remotely rather than face-to-face. So get yourself in a position where you've got a setup that's perfect for you to do business at home, and it can be a godsend to enable you to work and still earn whatever happens. The third thing is this: I really encourage you to put in place CRM and automated nurture and marketing systems in place. Systems such as Active Campaign, I'm going to share a link with you below, or something like InTouchCRM can enable you to contact your prospects, record the details of those calls, and then be in a position where you can even send them nurturing emails over a period of the next couple of weeks and months that add value, that can help you, if that prospect is not ready to buy now, can be in a position where they can nurture and be in a position where they start hearing value and getting things from you that makes them think, I like this company, I like this guy, they're helpful, they're supportive. Systems like that are really working, being able to send emails and automated sequences that you can set up and that will then run for maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, months at a time. So enabling you to focus on other elements while your prospects are still being engaged with you with content that adds value to what they do. Systems like that really make a difference. I wouldn't even bother running my business without them. And I encourage you to be the same and start using technology like this to help you achieve more and do more, especially when you're working remotely or from home. The fourth thing is this: read through the opening engagement and scripts and frameworks that you have to engage with your prospects. The reality is this: if you don't have those scripts in place, you need to have them there. Scripts are only bad because people sound scripted. You don't look at the TV and think that actors and actresses sound scripted, because they've learned and memorized and actually been in a position where they're able to deliver their lines in a great way. Sales is no different. So use script outlines so that you can start to engage with your prospects and start to ask them questions and talk to them about what you can help them with that focuses on them and the value for them rather than just about you. I see so many bad examples of scripts and the way in which people engage. And I'm going to share a video that's going to show you some good examples of scripts and frameworks to use and what not to use when you're engaging on the phone. The key thing is have them in front of you, practice them, get used to them, get to know what they're like so that you feel really comfortable delivering them in an effective way when you do pick up the phone and manage to speak to a prospect who probably is going to now be working at home the same as you, and so you can start having that conversation with them. That leads me on nicely to my next point around practice. Salespeople that don't practice their engagements, the questions they use, and how they approach prospects generally are more likely to fail. My question is, do you want to fail? Do you want to, in these difficult times, be in a position where you don't succeed? Of course you don't. So therefore, take some time every day to practice. Practice your initial opening. Practice your initial engagement when a prospect you talk to gives you an objection that you maybe think, I'm not sure how to handle this. Practice, for example, the way you approach a prospect initially on the phone. Write down, type out the words that you're going to use and practice them so that it becomes comfortable in your way of working. Listen to yourself on your phone. Use your phone, record yourself saying these words, and then listen back and think afterwards, how did I sound? Did I make the right emphasis on certain words that I needed to? If you're in sales and you want to be successful at home, you need to do the same thing. Know your outlines, practice them, and feel very comfortable in giving a great response when someone says something to you, and it's going to help you win more business. That also leads on to the other point around objections. The reality is when you're working from home and trying to speak to people on the phone, you're going to get some objections. Objections such as, I'm too busy to speak right now, I'm not interested, call me back another time, send me some information. You're going to get, if you're making prospecting calls to what I call targeted leads, you're going to get people say those words. And so the question is, how are you going to react to it? Are you just going to put the phone down and say, sorry, I can't speak to you? Or are you going to say, no, I didn't expect you to not be busy. I know you're a very busy man, Alex, but I just wanted to share with you a few thoughts around X, Y, and Z and how we can help you solve this issue. How do you find that as a problem? Dealing with objections is one of the key skills that, again, very good salespeople have. And when you practice those objections, you're in a position then when they then do come at you, you can then know what to do. Your brain has two options, flight or fight. And if you practice your objections and know what's coming, you can then stand up and make sure that you don't just put the phone down straight away, but you at least try and engage and build a conversation with that prospect. If you do, it's going to help you get, hopefully, engagement with them. It's going to enable you to at least get some time with them to share some of the value you can give, and it's going to make them at least think you're someone that's worth talking to and engaging with. The penultimate point is this: be disciplined about the time slots that you've got. When you work from home, if you get up in the morning, the reality is you can go straight into your office there and then, but what a lot of people can do if they're not careful is tend to go downstairs, make a cup of coffee, watch a bit of TV, and before you know it, maybe half the morning's gone. Be disciplined about the time slots in your diary. If you're going to do prospecting calls from 10 to 11:30, put it in the diary and don't move from your desk or your office environment until you've done those calls. Pick up a reward. Maybe it's a salad, maybe it's a gift, maybe it's a cake, whatever it is that you use to reward yourself, put that down below and say, I'm going to have that once I've done an hour and a half of prospecting calls, or once I've done an hour and a half of blog writing or content creation. Be in a position where you set disciplined time slots in place and then reward yourself. If you do, you'll look at what you get done and you'll be amazed at what you actually managed to make happen whilst you're at home in productive, disciplined time. I also encourage you to put an outline list of maybe 3 things only that are on your list that you want to get done that day. Maybe there's some content you want to create, a blog, a piece of a proposal even, I don't know. Write down 3 things and prioritize them and then focus on number 1 and set time slots to make that happen. Do that and it's going to help you stay disciplined. It's going to help you do the things that are needed whilst we're going through challenging moments to come through the other side. And the final point is this: I've had the ability to work from home for probably the last 10 to 12 years, and it gives me the freedom to do what I want where I want to do it. I believe you can have incredible business success and a career if you're able to be positive about it, what these opportunities bring. I know that spending hours in the car or on trains, for example, wasting time, is time wasted when I could be sitting at home doing other things and then be in a position where I can then go and see my family and friends sooner rather than later once my day is finished or once the tasks are finished. Be positive about working from home. It presents huge opportunities for you and hopefully your business. And if done in the right way with a focus on results and the objectives that you want to achieve, you can achieve sales success. Of course, in sales, we want to do things face to face, but the current situation means that it's more challenging to go and meet people face to face or directly as we used to. So be positive about working from home. Be positive about the opportunities it can give you. You have a huge chance if you're disciplined, if you take the action, if you absolutely make sure you create value and deliver value for your prospects through education and great resources, that you can be successful when it comes to working at home. Sure, in sales, we want to work face-to-face with people, but in difficult times, we've got to do what we need to do. And that means we've got to take the action, be on the phone, and be successful when it comes to selling at home. I know you can achieve that success if you take the advice I've given. And if you do, I'd love to hear what works for you. What are the methods you use to get consistent, great quality work done while you're at home? And what doesn't work for you? What are the tips that maybe people should get rid of and ensure that they don't take note of? Working from home and selling at home gives us the ability to be able to do anything wherever we want to do it. And you can build yourself an incredible career that gives you and your family so many benefits if you take these actions on board and look at how you can be successful working from home through the disciplines, the actions, and the right mindset to be successful in sales. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I look forward to sharing another video with you really soon.